Hello, Barmy Badger Army. Welcome
Badger
to
Army.
On the Bench. If you're enjoying this as a premiere, thank you very much for joining us ish live. Hope everyone is okay. Today we're going to talk about the invisible sculpture that sold for tons of money. How much was it, Nick?
It was 20,000 something.
Indeed, yeah, something like that. We're going to talk about He-Man coming back, Pride Month, and much more. Hope you're all well. Right, Nick, let's kick it off with Pride.
You gotta have pride.
You've got to have pride, that's right. You love it, don't you, Nicholas?
I like Pride Month.
Indeed. So
Everything's rainbow coloured and pretty.
like Lego pieces.
Yeah. Of course, we talked about that. Have you got your Lego Pride structure yet?
Not yet, I haven't seen them in the shops, but I do need to look out for that. There is actually an Xbox controller that's especially for Pride Month, but I think that's influencers only, and I haven't got an Xbox and I'm not important enough. But yes, sob.
You are in our eyes.
Oh, thank you, darling. But yes, let's talk about how and why Pride is important to you and others, Nick.
Right. Pride is more than just rainbow coloured controllers and clothing and
It's Lego.
A few YouTubers have actually been like, I tried the Target Pride range, so you don't have to. Target, of course, being a supermarket in
Yes,
America.
of course, yeah.
And the thing is, I don't mind corporations getting onto this, but they also need to remember that it is more than just a colourful logo for the month of June.
I was going to say,
And-
is it going to turn into some sort of merchandising fad? You've got to be very careful with
this. If there
this.
is merchandise, is it going towards charities that work with LGBTQIAA plus people? Whether it's in this country, whether it's in other countries. Don't forget, there's about 70 odd countries where homosexuality is still illegal,
Which is insanity.
and punishable by death in some of those.
I know,
some
which
of
is
those.
terrible. And there is a specific charity I did want to help, but it's like one of these charities where you have to send them the whole amount. And there was no way I was going to be able to raise 20 grand. I was like, oh no. But yeah, because apparently what they do is they literally pick the person up and take them with them to somewhere safe. And that obviously costs a lot of money. And it's a shame that they didn't receive smaller donations, but apparently it's one of these things where it's an all or nothing kind of deal, which is a shame because I would have liked to have donated even a little.
Yeah.
But awareness is key, and this video will help people know about these things.
So awareness is good, but corporations, and even if you're out there and you're seeing what's going on, remember in a lot of ways of course we need to have months and national days and things like that.
That's right, yeah.
Because it gives an opportunity to pay attention to these causes and we have a day that we can specifically focus on these, and we don't have that rather than someone saying, "Oh, what about this cause?" during the rest of the time. That's why we have these days. You might think, "Oh, there's tons of them," but that is why.
That's it, yeah. And so obviously a lot of the thing is, try not to make it too much of a merchandising ploy. And if you do create merchandise for it, make sure some of the money goes to charity and things like that. And obviously making sure people are aware of the situation. Now, I think Pride is only a force for good, and I don't think it's just for people in LGBTQA plus.
LGBTQIAA plus.
Well done. It's not just for them, it's for everyone to enjoy it and everyone to take part.
It's something for you to be to show your support as an ally,
an advocate as well, and being vocal in the situation and making sure people are aware of some of the things that people go through, and not only bad things but good things as well.
Yeah.
As well, I think there's plenty of room for everyone to get along, and I think haters can just go away.
Yeah, I just want to see at the end of the day when gay being an insult. I'd like to see the back of that.
Well, I talked about it the other week, didn't I? I think any label, whether it's good or bad, can contain negative connotations, even if it is potentially a good thing in some people's eyes. I think really everyone should just be treated the same. Pride is very good, But eventually, wouldn't it be good where you didn't need to have a month where it was focused on to promote these things?
Yeah, I think
in a way, if you get what I mean, it's almost
say,
like it needs to be a normal occurrence that everything's going on.
Yeah.
You know, celebrating is fantastic, but what I mean is, like, eventually, wouldn't it be just great that everyone was accepting of everything and no one needed to be taught all this stuff? Because that's what Pride's all about, isn't it? To teach and get people to understand.
Well, what I would say is, I think Pride is a good thing, and it's a good thing for it to be ongoing, because people need to remember those struggles. You know, I mean, ultimately it was brought about by, you know, a group of black trans women.
Wow.
Okay. It was at the end of the 60s. You had the Stonewall riots, which is basically why we have the Pride we have now. And there are some Pride events that are family friendly and some that are not so family friendly. And there's a brilliant video on a YouTube channel called What's the Safe Word, which is all about kind of like the more adult side of it, and how that, you know, and how that kind of did have a place. Remember, they're not remember, the whole reason is it's not to show off anything. It's, you know, it's for their own liberation.
Well, then that is fantastic then, Nick. You are right. Right, let's talk about He-Man.
Always had slightly homoerotic undertones, didn't he, man?
Oh, it's just about teaching people how to cross the road safe, Nick. I have the power.
Yes. Was it bad that I actually found He-Man slightly scary when I was a kid?
Well, it was the lightning, wasn't it?
Yes.
But you knew. I mean, not being funny, Skeletor was definitely the bad guy, voiced by Mark Hamill in the new one. Fantastic. And you know, but yeah, there was an element of drama there, and it's probably great that you were thrilled by it and you were like, wow, this is epic. And I think that's a really interesting point, isn't it, where even the good guys back in the 90s and 80s like really made you thrilled and scared and stuff. I think that's great. And you know, with the new advances, you haven't seen the trailer, but you know it's coming up.
I've not yet.
Yeah, you see a quick cameo of Orko, you see Skeletor, and the great thing about the new one is it seems like all bets are off. Animation styles have improved. That means there's a bigger budget. They're able to do different things. We can see Skeletor's powers a bit more over the top. You know, he's able to shoot massive hands from like portals. He's able to throw flaming green skulls at He-Man. You get to see all the classic characters. It is going to be excellent, and it's on Netflix, so it's a bit more accessible to the average Joe, which I think is great because everyone's got bloody Netflix, haven't they?
Hopefully.
But
yes,
yeah,
I'm glad that this has incited a positive reaction, because I still remember the reaction that the last Thundercats
yes, and
got.
Thundercats Raw's been cancelled, so yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully eventually we'll get a decent Thundercats series.
But if not for now, you can go and watch the old one.
Or 2011 series was great too, but it had no legitimate end, which sucks. But yeah, that was fantastic. He-Man is going to be off the charts. Check out Thundercats, the original series, if you're yet to. You know, there's so much enjoyment there, so much retro nostalgia. Is fantastic, and it really warms an old badger's heart. What else are we going to talk about, Nick? The invisible statue that I talked about briefly.
An invisible
the other day.
statue. So, you know, can you actually like touch it and stuff?
No, there's nothing of it.
It's literally just air.
It's just air, and it was marked out on a thing that there was literally. It was literally a taped off square, and someone paid £18,000, if not more, for this invisible square. I think it's insane.
That's possibly even dafter than a clip that I saw a clip that I saw of a woman trying to make out that she'd taken a vaccine recently and it made her magnetic. So she tried sticking a key to herself and then sticking into a few other parts of her face, but it wasn't working.
Oh my god!
The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It was I think Jimmy Kimmel played it in his opening monologue the other day.
Right.
And yeah, so that was pretty daft. Although at least she's not £18,000 poorer for that.
Just
But,
trying to
oh my
prove
goodness.
that there was some sort of magnet chip
Yeah,
in her
people
brain.
are trying to make out that it makes you magnetic. Which
So
means,
she wasn't going full on sci-fi route and saying that there was alien voices in her head and stuff.
No.
At least not yet.
But maybe when she goes home and tries to get something out of her fridge, she'll stick to it.
Maybe, but who knows? So, Nick.
Crazy world out there.
Indeed. Will you be watching the football, Nick? Euro, what one is it?
It's billed as Euro 2020.
It's 2021, you mad people!
I think it's because where it was delayed from last year, and also Euro 2020 is slightly catchier than Euro 2021.
Yeah, but I looked at this and was like, what year is it?
And also because I think they had a bunch of merch and and a logo and stuff, and it's easier to run it as Euro 2020 than it is to redo the logo and redo all the merch and everything like that.
Yeah, oh no, but just for me,
I
it's
thought nobody
really...
wanted to be reminded about the year 2020.
I know, and here it is slapping us back in the face. It has returned.
For the record, I'm not watching the football.
I'm not watching the football either. The season finale of Glow Up was very interesting, as always. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Nick.
No.
Okay, well, that was very good. And Scotland's Home of the Year, that was interesting too. If you haven't seen that yet, you should do. And there's loads of cool stuff on Amazon Prime. And we're watching White Gold at the minute on... I think it was on BBC iPlayer, and there's loads of TV series that you should all check out.
Episode 2 of Hard to Leave, which features a cameo from yours truly, will be out in July.
There you go. Right, so there's lots of different things. Was there anything else we needed to talk about, or did we?
Was there anything else that we needed to talk about? I mean, we were talking about football earlier. I mean, I was briefly in the new William Hill advert is out now, and I was an extra in that advert, and I was briefly in the same room standing next to Rio Ferdinand.
That's cool. And also, you wanted to talk quickly about the royal baby before we go, didn't you?
Yeah. Meghan and Harry had a baby. They called her Lilibet. Lilibet Diana. Well done to them. I'm sure it's a completely convincing baby.
Oh, I'm sure it's a real baby. Yes. And big thank you to everyone who's been watching the Beano vlogs.
I should point out that we didn't have when we filmed the William Hill ad, we filmed the bit where everyone was cheering at goals being scored. We didn't film the bit where usually happens at the end of every football event when everyone's drunk and fighting.
No.
Whatever the results.
But yeah, there you go. But yeah, lots of different things happening. And of course, it's going to be interesting to see how the football turns out. It's going to be really interesting to see how all these different TV shows handle. And of course, Netflix has been constantly cancelling TV shows, which is annoying everyone at the minute. But hopefully they'll be able to do lots of different things.
Yeah, hopefully things will be... Hopefully filming is slowly starting to be back on track. I've been confirmed as an extra for a couple of TV series. Can't say anything else about those yet, but we'll keep you posted when I can. So hopefully filming is going to be starting up again soon. I think we can't count our chickens before they hatch with dates.
No.
We find out on Monday whether we'll be reopening on the 21st of June. I think it's a bit too early to say at the moment whether we will. So don't start making loads of plans for after that.
No, definitely not.
So yes, I think we're all just going to have to hold fire on that for the time being. But just remember, it's for our own good.
That's it. But yes, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. And comment below some of the TV series you've been watching, and let's have a good old chinwag in the premiere, and let's talk about all the different things you'd love to talk about. And thank you, everyone. And like I was saying before, thank you everyone who's been watching the Beano videos. They've been really good. Thank you for the response.
I have a host of old Beanos at home, and at some point over the summer, we are going to do an old Beano special. That's
right, we're going to do an on-the-bench Beano special.
Yeah, definitely. Trips back to the 90s. We might actually do a few of them. I've got a few lying around.
Most definitely, yeah. So watch that to be a series within a series.
Yes, we'll be going back to some 90s Beanos and seeing what went on back then.
Indeed. Right, thanks very much for watching, guys. Looking after yourselves. Keep safe, keep well. Much love, everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video stream. Big shout out to my guest host, co-host, Mr. Nick Field, and catch him on everything on Amazon Prime.
And Wednesdays, phoenixfm.com 8 p.m.
Indeed. Bye.